Have you heard about this hustle cult? Whoa, wait. He claims he can bend and compress time to turn 1 day into 3. His name is Ed Millett?
So I measure time. I've compressed and condensed time. I've bent it. My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack it up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. So.
Fuck, he's good. Holy shit. He's got the power of the time stone. What hope do we have to challenge this man? He's gonna kick our butt. No! Ed, please! What do the comments say? I have to know. Okay, good. I thought the comments might be like believing this shit. This is actually true. He's only 14 years old and look at him. Cool. Yeah, did he say 300 years?
So I measure time. I've
I know, it's a good
compressed
question.
and
Let me
condensed
hear.
time. I've bent it.
There's so much other
6 a.m.
insanity.
to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago.
You're right, that completely slipped under my radar the first time because it was sandwiched in between other lunacy. He thinks cavemen... He thinks we were cavemen 300 years ago? Wow. He's gonna be beside himself when that realization sets in. In his years, that's a lot. Oh, that's true. Because he operates in, like, dog years. You're right, I didn't think about that. Dude must think medieval civilization was prehistoric. He probably thinks medieval civilization was, like, 40 years ago. And, of course, we can't forget the Renaissance. God, what a crazy period that was in the 70s. Bro is the American Doctor Who. Pretty much. What else does he talk about? Oh, he's got his own channel. I don't feel like watching a whole seminar. Just give me some of the big nuggets. If you're still operating like a day is 24 hours long, you're cheating yourself. Man, he is really fixated on that. He really likes that.
You do not believe in a 24-hour day.
Heck no. You know, it's the dumbest thing in the world. Do we still measure time like we did 100 years ago?
Really?
If I wrote you a letter 100 years ago, I'd have to write this thing out on some ink, strap it on the back of a horse's butt.
Right.
30 days later, you might get it.
Are you fucking stupid? Brother, 100 years ago was 1925. What is up with his perception of time? Holy shit. What? Oh my god. Nah, we were cavemen back then. True. We were all horse and buggy. We had to use quill and fucking turpentine, scarabs and all kinds of stuff. Fucking pyramids were under construction back then. Yeah, it was different. It was real different. Sheepskin for parchment.
Write one back, maybe I get one a month later. Now I can text you in 2 seconds.
Yes.
Both of those are 24-hour days? That's insane. My days are 6 hours. And some days I just screw off. Some days are Netflix and chill. You do nothing.
Okay, so 6 hours.
6 hours from 6 a.m. to noon. That's a day. And in that day, you get the most love, fun, business, money, whatever you want.
Who is clapping? How could anyone hear this for even a second and be like, yes, he's speaking it. This is what I've been trying to say. Just because the guy takes a nap at noon? What the fuck, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. So because this guy goes to take a little snooze at noon like a little baby, a little toddler, and then starts his day when he opens his crusty little eyes and thinks it's a new day, all of a sudden that deserves some uproarious applause from whatever lobotomites are around thinking that somehow that makes sense? He's not even making a good point. It's not like his day is somehow more productive just because he tells himself that a new day has begun after his nap. Like, he's not even expressing anything helpful. This is more like one of the more psychotic ones I've seen.
second day, noon to 6 p.m. Same thing, that's another day, and 6 p.m. to midnight. I'm sleeping in some of those days too. I get 21 days a week.
Okay.
You stack that up over a year, I'm gonna kick your butt in
he's saying the
business in
same
life.
thing.
You stack that up over a decade, I get a bigger,
It's just so weird, because it's not like that enables him to do anything else. He gets nothing more. He's not going to kick your butt over X amount of time period because the rest of the world is not operating on his perception of days. So his business, he can't change his business strategy based on what he believes is a different day. I'm going to... 21 days from now, we need to hop on a call. But to him, that's only a week. For everyone else, that's almost a month. Like, it doesn't change anything. It's useless. He's actually saying useless gobbledygook. It makes no sense. He really loves this shit, too. He is multiple times preaching this. Holy. Do you understand how powerful the connection is between your mind and body? Give me something else interesting. This is a superpower unique to him. You know, you're right. When you're right, you're right. How often have you gotten to the end of the day? Well, which day? One of your days or like a human day?
I would show you the view tonight, and you know, sometimes when I put these views up of the places, you know, I feel like I should put a disclaimer at the top that says this came with years and decades of hard times.
Yeah, but a decade is only like a year to you.
People thinking I was out of my mind to be pursuing my dream when I was going broke.
Holy fuck. I'm gonna go take a nap and start my next day and then like 30 minutes from now. That's big. That is big. I've heard these words 1,000 times. Yeah, because right now, like, the big thing on YouTube specifically is just like repeating the same cliches, like the self-motivating cliches, just the platitudes. I see that shit everywhere now. People just need to keep hearing these like words of affirmation endlessly and then proceed to do nothing except take a nap at noon, maybe. He made a video called How to Manipulate Time to Get More Done.
In the book, you say time is a constant, but we treat it as a variable. Explain that to us.
And so there's a variable to it. We had a 24-hour day when there was no internet. Heck, we had a 24-hour day when there was no electricity. My first day starts from 6 a.m. to noon. And in there, I try to get as much fun, my faith, and then day 2 goes off, and this little clock goes off in my head about noon every day. It's crazy, but it'll happen for everybody. Where I go, okay, let me recalibrate, let me take accountability, let me assess. And then day 2 starts till 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to midnight's the third day. Most people, once a year, take inventory of their life. High performers...
But, like, what? Nothing changes. So you send your kids to school for 8 hours a day, meaning you send your kids to school for 2 days in your time frame. Nothing changes. Literally nothing at all changes. All it is your perception of what your days are. But nothing, literally nothing changes. And he's openly just saying that. He's just like, okay, at noon, I recalibrate. Now I'm in day 2 mode. Great. Very good. Excellent. Basically he thinks he's basically invented a schedule. And he thinks he has, like, manipulated time like an X-Men or something. So does he shower every day? No, he only showers on the 3rd day, I think, because the 3rd day falls, like, 6 to midnight. So I'm guessing he showers every 3 days.
And by the way, this includes fun, relaxation, and everything. But now I'm getting 21 days a week when the average person I was competing against as an entrepreneur is getting 7.
He's an android. He's literally just an android. He just says the same script over and over and over and over and over and over again. He loves it. He loves that line. I'm still learning nothing about this. It's just, it's actual mumbo jumbo. It's so good. Do people believe this shit? They must. He's very popular. Though I guess, admittedly, in every comment section I've checked so far, everyone's clowning on him. So maybe not. Maybe he's too much for even those people that buy into, like, every single thing that has a cover that looks like this.
You are archaic if you measure a day in 24 hours anymore.
Wow. Yeah, that principle alone, you got to let that sit and go, okay, hold on, Ed. You're telling me that instead of 7 days,
Why do you
I can
suck
do
his wiener?
21 days in a week. That
What's
kind
the
of hurts
point?
your brain to think about. But what you're saying is, you're building in all of those things, but you're super intentional about those hours.
Yeah, and
No shit, it's called a schedule. Every human being on the planet does the same thing, even for trivial tasks. Like, the new Andor episode drops tonight at 7. I'll make sure to set aside a little chunk of time so I can watch that. For him, what he's doing is, I'm setting aside an entire day to watch that. It's the same fucking concept. He doesn't get any more productivity or anything else done. What a fascinating, weird scam to be peddling. And he is really lapping it up. But perhaps I'm just too locked into my archaic 24-hour days. Maybe I can't see the genius. Maybe that's the problem. Don't know if I'd call it a scam. He wrote a book about it. I consider it a scam. The second you write and sell a book about this kind of garbage, I consider you a scammer. 100%. Wait, is that a real price right there? If you want to hire him to talk, it costs $200,000. Hire Ed to speak. For over 3 decades, Ed Milet has been inspiring and empowering audiences. Where do you see the price? Because it's not listed here. Here's his biography. Here we go. Ed Milet. Entrepreneur, best-selling author, podcast host. He travels from California, and his speaking fee for live events is $100,000 to $200,000, or for a virtual event, $50,000 to $100,000. Wow, that'll get your mindset right. The #1 mindset coach right there, baby. For the low price of $100,000 to $200,000. Nice. No wonder his mindset's so good. People willingly pay that. The Chronomancer. Yeah. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Ed.